Before you listen, take a deep breath. What you're about to hear isn't just philosophy, it's an awakening, a reminder from the mystics that freedom begins the moment you question the voice in your head. Right now, as you're reading this, there's a voice in your head commenting. It might be saying, "What voice? I don't hear a voice." Or, "Oh, that voice, I know that voice. It's constant, it's automatic." And most people think that voice is them, that it's their thoughts, their identity, their mind. But Ibn Arabi said that voice is not you, it's something you're listening to. And the moment you realize this, the moment you understand that you're not the voice, you're the one hearing the voice, everything changes. Because if you're not the voice, then you don't have to obey it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to let it control you. You can simply let it speak and remain untouched. Most people go their entire lives never questioning the voice. It's just there, always talking, narrating, commenting on everything. You wake up and it starts immediately. What time is it? What do I have to do today? I'm tired. I don't want to get up. And it continues throughout the day. Every experience, every interaction, every moment. There's commentary, analysis, judgment. And you assume this is normal. This is just how minds work. This is thinking. But Ibn Arabi said isn't thinking. This is compulsive thinking. And there's a difference. Thinking is when you deliberately use your mind to solve a problem, to plan something, to create something. It's intentional, directed, useful. But the voice, that constant internal commentary, isn't intentional. You didn't choose to start it. You can't choose to stop it. It just runs automatically, constantly. And most of what it says isn't useful. It's repetitive, anxious, critical. It replays the past, worries about the future, judges the present. It does this endlessly, without your permission, without your control. Ibn Arabi observed that people who are dominated by this voice, who believe they are this voice, suffer because the voice is never satisfied. It's never at peace. It's always wanting, fearing, comparing, judging. And if you think you are the voice, then you experience all of that as your reality. You feel the anxiety, the dissatisfaction, the restlessness, the constant need for more, for better, for different. You think this is just how life is, but Ibn Arabi said, no, this is just how the voice is. And you are not the voice. So who are you? If you're not the voice, if you're not your thoughts, then what are you? Ibn Arabi said, you are the awareness, the consciousness, the space in which the voice appears. Think about it right now. You can hear the voice in your head, which means there's the voice and there's you hearing it, observing it, aware of it. The voice is an object, something you perceive, like a sound, an image, a sensation, and you are the subject, the perceiver, the awareness. This recognition is the key to silencing the voice, not by fighting it, not by suppressing it, but by realizing you are not it. Most people try to silence the voice by force. They command themselves, don't think, be quiet, stop. And what happens? More thoughts, more noise, more voice, because the voice doesn't respond to commands. The more you fight it, the louder it gets. The more you resist it, the more persistent it becomes. Because resistance is attention, and attention is food. The voice feeds on attention. Ibn Arabi taught a different approach. Don't fight the voice. Don't resist it. Don't try to stop it. Instead, observe it. Just watch it. Like clouds passing through the sky, cars passing on a street, birds flying overhead. They come, they go, and you just watch. You don't engage, analyze, or judge. You simply observe. And in that observation, something shifts. The voice continues, but you're no longer identified with it. You're no longer believing it. You're no longer controlled by it. You're just aware of it. And awareness without identification is freedom. So let's practice this right now. Close your eyes or keep them open. It doesn't matter. Just notice. Notice that there's a voice. Maybe it's commenting on these words. I don't hear anything. Okay, I hear it. This is weird. Whatever it's saying, just notice it. Don't try to stop it. Don't judge it. Just notice. There's a voice, and there's you noticing it. Feel the difference. The voice is over there, talking, and you are here, watching it, aware of it. That's the first step, recognition. Recognizing that you are not the voice. So you are the awareness of the voice. And the more you practice this recognition, the more natural it becomes. You start noticing the voice throughout your day, in conversations, in meetings, in quiet moments. Each time you notice it, you strengthen the observer, the witness, and weaken the identification. Over time, the voice doesn't go away, but it loses its power. It becomes like background noise, the hum of a refrigerator. It's there, but it's not commanding your attention. It's not controlling your emotions or dictating your actions. It's just there, and you're free. Ibn Arabi also taught a deeper practice, exploring the silence between thoughts, because thoughts aren't continuous. They come and go. There are gaps, brief moments where one thought ends and another hasn't begun. In those gaps, there's silence, pure awareness, no commentary, no noise. Most people never notice these gaps because they're subtle and fleeting. But if you slow down, if you pay attention, you'll begin to sense them. The pauses between words, between sentences, between thoughts. Ibn Arabi said, these gaps are doorways, doorways into your true nature. When you notice a gap, rest in it. Don't try to make it longer. Just rest for however long it lasts. 1 second, 2 seconds, it doesn't matter. Just rest. In that resting, you'll taste something: peace, stillness, presence, the silence that you are beneath all the noise. And the more you rest in these gaps, the more they expand. Not because you're forcing them, but because you're no longer feeding the voice with attention. The voice, finding no attention, begins to quiet. Eventually, you'll experience long stretches of silence where you're simply here, present, aware, without commentary, without narration. And in that silence, you discover something remarkable. Life is happening right now, fully, completely, vividly. The voice was never adding to it, it was only obscuring it. It was creating a layer of thought between you and reality. And now, with that layer, you experience life directly, immediately, without the filter of thought. People often ask, if I silence the voice, will I lose my ability to think? Ibn Arabi said, no. You won't lose the ability to think. You'll lose the compulsion to think. Right now, the voice thinks constantly, whether it's needed or not. But when you're no longer identified with it, thinking becomes a tool, something you use when needed and put down when not. Like a hammer, you pick it up when you build and you put it down when you're done. That's what thinking becomes: intentional, useful, not compulsive or constant. And this brings great relief because you realize you don't have to think all the time. You don't have to solve every problem or replay every conversation. You can just be here, now, present. And when thinking is needed, it arises naturally, effortlessly, and then subsides. You return to awareness, to silence, and life becomes lighter, simpler, peaceful. Ibn Arabi also taught the practice of labeling. When you notice the voice, label what it's doing. Don't judge it, just name it. Worrying, judging, imagining, remembering. In labeling, you create distance. You're not the one worrying, you're the one noticing worrying. That distance is where freedom lives. Because you realize these are just mental activities, not you, not reality, just thoughts passing through like clouds. Over time, this transforms your relationship with your mind. You're no longer at war with your thoughts, you're just aware of them. And in that awareness, they lose their grip. Silence, space, awareness, these become natural. Ibn Arabi warned, though, don't make silence a goal. Don't chase it, because that becomes another game of the mind. Am I doing it right? How long did it last? And then you're back in thought again. Instead, make awareness the practice. Be aware of thoughts when they're there. Be aware of silence when it's there. Just awareness, simple, direct, effortless. That is the ultimate freedom. Not the absence of the voice, but the recognition that you are not the voice. You are the space in which the voice appears and disappears. And that space is never disturbed, never threatened. It simply allows. And that's what you are. Not the voice, not the thought, but the silence that was always there, always you. You just forgot. Silencing the voice isn't about stopping it. It's about remembering who you are, the one who hears it, the one who remains when everything else comes and goes. Silent, still, aware, free. If this message touched something deep within you, stay with it. Let the silence speak. Subscribe to Mystics and Masters, where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening.